Hey, grade sevens, we're going to be doing a dividing decimal number video, all right, without a calculator. So the first rule when dividing decimals is to know that we don't want a divisor with a decimal number in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the divisor to a whole number. How do we do that is we are multiplying, yes, in this case by 10 or 100. But simply put, we're just going to move that decimal place over by 1, okay? That becomes 3. And because we did it to the divisor, we kind of have to do it to the dividend as well. So for ever how many decimal places we move the divisor, we're going to move that in the dividend as well. Okay, so this now becomes 453 divided by 3. Okay, now we can't do math sideways like this, so we're going to rewrite this equation in what I like to call the fishhook method. Okay, so your divisor's on the outside, and your dividend is now here. Okay, and then we'll just begin our long division process. Okay, if you need a review of that, please ask your teacher, but because I'm going to go quite fast with this one. But essentially, you're asking yourself, well, how many times does 3 go into all of these numbers? Okay, so 3 goes into 4 one time. We can do the long division process where we multiply that by this, and then we kind of bring down the next number. 3 goes into 15 5 times. Again, if you notice, I'm keeping everything quite as neat as possible and lined up. Okay, and finally 3 goes into 3 one time. Okay, so this is our answer, our quotient. Okay, so the answer to 45.3 divided by 0.3 is 151. Okay, it'll be the same answer as 453 divided by 3, and which we will discover. Tune in the next video or for another example of dividing by decimals. Hey, grade sevens, we're back with another dividing decimal number video. If you take a look here, which is a quick reminder that we are going to change our divisor so that it is a whole number. We never want to divide decimal numbers with a decimal number in the divisor. So we simply, in this case, to make this whole number, we're going to only be moving the decimal over by 1, which makes this number 25. Now, we're going to move the same number of decimal places in the dividend. Okay, so in this case, we're only moving it once, which leaves us with 307.5. Now, it is okay to have a decimal number in the dividend. You just don't want it in the divisor. But it will change how you set up this question in the fishhook method. All right, so basically, we're going to now fishhook it. We've got our divisor out here, and we're going to place in our dividend. So we're going to make sure we line everything up. So 307.5. Now, what I mean by setting it up slightly different is that we're going to take note of where that decimal place is, because that means that in our answer, our quotient, that decimal place will be in the same spot or lined up correctly. So now we're just going to go ahead and divide using our long division skills. I'm going to go fast. Again, if you need some help with reviewing this, please ask your teacher. 25, we'll just quickly go into 30. Make sure that that's one time. Okay, and we've got it like this. 25 goes into 57. We know we can just estimate, hey, that's going to go about 2 times without going over. Okay, so 25 goes here, which makes it 50. Subtract, that brings us down to 7. And we simply just bring down the 5, our last digit, and we know that 25 goes into 75 3 times. Okay, we've finally got our answer to a 0, and if you again we take a look, our decimal number lined up, and our answer to 307.5 divided by 25 is 12.3. Okay. If you need some practice with that, again, please ask your teacher.